Welcome to Car Rank. Today we're ranking the top 10 Porsche cars of all time. Maybe you've owned one, maybe you've dreamed of it, or maybe you just love hearing that unmistakable flat six roar. Either way, buckle up, because we're going from Porsche's humble beginnings to its record-breaking hypercars of today. Let's get started. We're starting with the car that began it all, the Porsche 356. Back in 1948, this was Porsche's very first production car. Small, light, and full of soul. It didn't have big power, just a 1.1 litre flat 4 with 40 horsepower, but it didn't need it. The magic was in the way it handled. Sharp, balanced, and connected. It cost around $3,750 new, about $45,000 today. Now, clean 356 speedsters can hit $500,000. That's legacy. It set the tone for everything Porsche stands for. Precision, purity, and passion. Even James Dean had one before his 550 Spyder. That's how deep this car's impact runs. Not the fastest, not the flashiest, but it's the one that started the legend, the Porsche 356. At number 9, we've got the car that turned Porsche into a racing legend, the 550 Spyder. Small, light, and built with one goal in mind, to win. It had a tiny 1.5 litre flat 4 making just 110 horsepower, but don't let that fool you. This thing dominated, from the Targa Florio to Le Mans, showing the world that precision beats power. They called it the Giant Killer, and for good reason. It took down cars twice its size, twice its power, and did it with style. Back in 1955, it cost about $6,800, around $75,000 today. Now, a real 550 Spyder can go for $4 to $6 million if it's got racing pedigree. That's the price of history, and of course, there's its most famous owner, James Dean. He nicknamed his 550 Little Bastard, the same car he tragically crashed in 1955. That moment turned the 550 from a race car into a legend. It was light, fearless, and ahead of its time. The car that proved you don't need size to make history, just heart. That's the Porsche 550 Spyder, the underdog that became immortal. Number 8, the icon of icons, the 911 Carrera RS 2.7. Born in 1973 to get Porsche's race cars on the grid, but it became a legend on the streets. Under the hood, a 2.7 litre flat 6 with 210 horsepower. Lightweight, raw, and perfectly balanced. And that famous ducktail spoiler? Not for looks, it was pure function, keeping the rear planted at speed. Back then, it cost around $10,500, about $75,000 today. Now, expect to pay $500,000 to $1 million if you can even find one. It defined what a 911 should be. Balance, sound, and soul in perfect harmony. The Carrera RS 2.7 wasn't just a car, it was Porsche perfection on 4 wheels. At number 7, we've got the car that showed the world what the future looked like, the Porsche 959. Born from the wild days of Group B rally, it became the most advanced supercar of the 1980s. Under the skin was a 2.85 litre twin-turbo flat 6 pushing 450 horsepower and all-wheel drive. Top speed, 317 km per hour, 197 miles per hour, quicker than a Ferrari F40. Back in 1986, it cost around $225,000. That's nearly $630,000 today. Now, mint condition 959s go for $1.5 to $2 million, with the rare comfort and sport versions fetching even more. It had tech that modern supercars still borrow, adjustable suspension, advanced AWD, and aerodynamics way ahead of its time. Number 6, the car that made turbo a legend, the Porsche 911 Turbo 930. Launched in 1975, it was wild, raw, and just a little bit dangerous. And that's exactly why people loved it. With a 3.0 litre turbo flat 6 making 260 horsepower, later 300 horsepower, it didn't ease you in. When that turbo kicked, boom, instant chaos. No warning, just a surge of power that pinned you back. Back then, it cost around $25,000, roughly $145,000 today. Now, clean examples go for $120,000 to $300,000, and pristine or special editions can top $400,000. It was the poster car of the 80s, fast, loud, and unapologetically dangerous. Get it wrong and it could bite, but master it and you ruled the Autobahn. They called it the Widowmaker for a reason. Brutal turbo lag, tail-happy handling, and zero forgiveness. But that edge, that's what made it legendary. At number 5, we've got one of the most thrilling and most feared cars Porsche ever built, the Carrera GT. Produced from 2004 to 2007, it packed a 5.7-litre naturally aspirated V10 that screamed to 8,400 RPM and made 612 horsepower. 0 to 100 km per hour in 3.5 seconds, and here's the catch. No traction control, no stability assist. Just you, the car, and your courage. Back then, it cost around $440,000, roughly $700,000 today. Now, expect to pay $1.5 to $2.5 million depending on mileage and color. It was Porsche at its purest. Brutal, beautiful, and demanding total respect. One mistake and it'd bite. But when you got it right, nothing felt better. Number 4. The car that redefined what a supercar could be. The Porsche 918 Spyder. Launched in 2013, it blended a 4.6-litre naturally aspirated V8 with 2 electric motors, delivering a combined 887 horsepower. 0 to 100 km per hour in 2.5 seconds, top speed 345 km per hour, 214 miles per hour, and it could do it all in near silence on electric power alone. It originally cost about $845,000, roughly $1.1 million today. Now, these hybrid masterpieces go for $1.5 to $2.2 million depending on condition and spec. The 918 wasn't just fast, it was a statement. Proof that hybrid tech could make a car faster, sharper, and more exciting. At number 3, we've got the car that proves you don't need a fortune to feel like a racing driver, the Porsche Cayman GT4. First launched in 2015, it packs a 4.0-litre naturally aspirated flat 6 revving to 8,000 RPM and pushing 414 horsepower. 0 to 100 km per hour in 3.9 seconds, but that's not the point. The real magic is how it feels. Sharp, balanced, and beautifully precise. The kind of car that makes every corner addictive. Back then, it cost around $85,000, about $110,000 today. Now, used GT4s fetch $100,000 to $150,000, with rare RS versions climbing past $200,000. It's a true driver's car. 6-speed manual, rear-wheel drive, zero gimmicks. Just pure connection between you and the machine. At number 2, we've got the ultimate street-legal race car, the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Launched in 2018, it packs a 4.0-litre naturally aspirated flat 6 pushing 520 horsepower and screaming all the way to 9,000 RPM. Every vent, every curve, every piece of carbon exists for one reason: pure performance. It's precision engineering turned into adrenaline. Back then, it cost around $188,000, about $230,000 today. Now, they trade for $300,000 to $450,000, with the rare Weissach package versions topping $500,000. It's savage yet surgical, the kind of car that turns pros into kids again. Brutal, beautiful, and utterly addictive. And here it is, number 1, the car that defines Porsche itself, the 911. Since 1964, it's been the heart and soul of the brand, evolving through decades yet never losing its identity. Rear engine, timeless design, and that unmistakable driving feel. From the original 901 to today's 992 GT3 and Turbo S, every generation has chased one goal: perfection. Back then, it cost around $6,500, roughly $65,000 today. Now, modern 911s range from $120,000 for a Carrera to over $300,000 for a Turbo S or GT3. And those early icons, like the '73 Carrera RS, easily top $1 million. The 911 isn't just a car, it's a living legend. Every sound, every shift, every curve connects you to 60 years of Porsche passion. From the humble 356 to the insane 911 GT3 RS and the futuristic 918 Spyder, Porsche has proved one thing over and over again: evolution never stops. It just gets faster. So, which one would you take for a weekend drive? The classic 911, the screaming Carrera GT, or the high-tech 918 Spyder? Drop your pick in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that for more weekly car rankings, only here on Car Ranker.